ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोर्न वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागररघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगो मौ मंदमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजौ राधा मदर मोहनौ दिव्य वृंदारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रेष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारंभे वंशी वटतटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So in this way we are coming to the today's fourth story. This is the story of great joy, and this is story of conclusion of Vrajalila. Conclusion of Vrajalila. So many of devotees who are not really gone into deep into the Bhagavatam, they don't know that how the Vrajalila is ended. So some people may know that Dwaraka Leela got ended because they fought with each other and they killed each other, etc. It comes. That is Yadukula Nash. But how the Vrajalila completed? What happened finally to Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya? What happened to Brajvasi? What happened to Gopis? There is no story where it is mentioned. They have no idea. So this story is especially given in a Purana, and our Acharyas brought to our notice, and we are going to hear that what great destiny, what great result, what great goal they achieved, all the Brajvasis, and how Krishna given that great boon to all of them. That we are going to hear this story. So we see always, of course, in this world, the moment we come, we start moving towards the success, we'll develop so many enemies. It is common. We want to be good with all people, but we can take for granted that you cannot be good with all people. Even if you want to be good with all people, all cannot be good with you. They feel that we are not, so they become automatic enemies. So during the Rukmini Haran time, many kings came to support Shishupal because the marriage was arranged with Rukmini to Shishupal. So like Jarasandha, Salva, like that, many kings came in support of Shishupal, that in case Krishna comes and tried to spoil, they wanted to support Shishupala and ensure that marriage is ensured. So one of such is Shalva. Shalva is a king, and when he also tried to oppose Krishna and tried to obstruct him taking away Rukmini, but Krishna vehemently defeated him, and he got ashamed. But he decided, I will make a revenge. I will make a revenge and see that I will ensure the entire earth is completely. I will remove each and every Yadava. He said that I will make the world free from Yadava. So he went to forest and prayed to Lord Shiva. He did a great tapasya. And when the Lord Shiva, and he did such a great, he was eating only one morsel of dust, not one morsel of food, one morsel of dust only. He was eating and doing the tapasya. So much great tapasya he did. And Lord Shiva appeared. Then he said, I want a aeroplane. I want an aeroplane which even demigods or human beings, Gandharvas, nobody can destroy. And it should be able to move wherever I want, and it should be fearful to Yadava. I want that type. So his target is how to terrorize all the Yadavas, because he want to take on to Krishna. That was his plan. So he asked that type of aeroplane. This is called, then Krishna, then Lord Shiva said, okay, let it be so. And he asked Mayadanava to come and make one aeroplane. It's called Saubha. His name is Saubha. And it's like a big palace or a big town. It can fly. So this Shalva got onto that, and he moved towards, his main aim is how to terrorize the Yadavas, the Dwaraka. So he came straight to Dwaraka. At that time, Krishna was in Hastinapur, in Indraprastha. He was nicely having nice time with all family members, everybody, with Yudhishthira Maharaj. So at that time, this Shalva came. And when he went there, from the aeroplane he started pouring stones, trees, and many serpents, and like that, many things he started. And it has really, a big terror was created, and all the Yadavas became very fearsome, and they were worried because Krishna is not there. So, but they still have some confidence on the Pradyumna, because Pradyumna is the army in charge. So Pradyumna and Pradyumna, Sachaki, Charudeshna, Samba, Akuradi, there are many Yadava warriors. They came to fight with of Shalva, and that the fight ensued very, very fearsome, very, very fearsome. It appeared as if it is a war between demons and demigods, and there was a big fight ensued, and it continued for several days. And at that time, the Shalva started performing mystical, like a Danava Maya. So sometimes the Saubha aeroplane used to appear and disappear. Sometimes to appear in the sky, sometimes on the hill, sometimes on the water, sometimes like different places. If they are looking on the hill, all the Yadavas used to shoot the arrows, but by the time it used to disappear. And from there, suddenly after some time, it used to appear on the water, like that. So it's all Rakshasa Maya, and everybody is confused about it. Anyway, at that time, Pradyumna, by his valor, really got appreciation even from the Shalva. And when, of course, Yadav were also doing a great fight, Swabhavimana also doing its best. At that time, the Shalva's minister, there is a Dyuman, a very powerful man. He came with a big club, with a big club, and hit straight on the chest of Pradyumna. Because when he hit it, actually by that blow, if a common man is there, he would have died. But Pradyumna could withstand it, he just fell unconscious. When he fell unconscious, his chariot driver took him away. But after a few minutes again he got in consciousness and he became very much disturbed. He felt why actually he abused the chariot driver, that why you have brought me away from this war field, because in our entire dynasty so far no person came out of the war, and really you made me so much insulted. Now I'll go back and what I will tell to my fathers Krishna and Balaram, and what happened to all ladies, what they will think about me. He started talking about it, but Sarathi, the chariot driver, mentioned that it is responsibility of the chariot driver if the Rathika, the person who is in traveling chariot, gets injured. It is his responsibility. And similarly, it is responsibility of the person traveling to protect the chariot driver. It is a mutual responsibility. So he said he did only out of his duty, not out of any particular purpose to defame him. But finally, Pradyumna got little convinced and came back to war. And then he has jumped into the fight with same person, Dyuman, and immediately with his powerful arrows, the Pradyumna could kill the Dyuman. And like that, almost for 27 days, the war continued. Meanwhile, Krishna came from Indraprastha to Dwaraka. So there was no message that there was a big war is happening. So when he came, so he heard that a big war is happening outside the Dwaraka. So he said that he sent all the entourage inside, but he said, I'll not go inside, I'll go straight to the war field. Krishna came. When all the people saw the Garuda Dhwaja, Krishna's chariot is having a Dhwaja with Garuda. When they saw the Garuda Dhwaja, everybody became very happy. Oh, Krishna has come, so victory is now there. So it was prolonging for 27 days, so much fear. Now Krishna has come, there's no problem. So then the Shalva came in front of Krishna and started fighting. He was sitting in the Sobha and Krishna is on the chariot. And the fighting ensued between them. And after that, for some reason, when Shalva applied his weapons, from Krishna's hand, the Shangadhanva fell down. Then the Shalva felt that, oh, he has become winner. He started shouting. And then Krishna immediately took his club and hit him on the neck. And he started vomiting blood. When he started vomiting on blood, he was going to hit more. At the time, a person came running to Krishna and saying that, my dear Krishna, I came, your mother has sent me this message. So Krishna's attention got diverted. What is that? That somebody stole your father. Vasudeva has been stolen and he is being taken outside. Then Krishna got confused and suddenly he saw the Vasudeva was with Shalva on the Sobha. So means he has brought him. And he said, you see Krishna, now I am going to kill your father. You do whatever you want. Let me see. So immediately he cut the head of Vasudeva and he entered into Sobha. Krishna for 1 second got confused. What is this happening? But immediately understood that it is only the Maya. It is only Maya of Shalva. When he just got within a fraction of a second, came back, when he saw that the person is not there, Vasudeva's dead body is not there, head is not there. Then we find that there should not be any further delay, and he immediately applied his chakra. When he applied chakra, the Shalva's head was cut, and everybody became very happy. And from the sky, the flower petals fell down, and when they saw that even the chakra, even the Saubha also got completely destroyed. So not only the Shalva was dead, even the Saubha was also destroyed. So when everything has happened very nicely, the one person came forward, that is Dantavakra. Dantavakra, he became very angry with Shishupala's killing, and also the Paundraka and all the Shalva. He immediately came that now I will take revenge on Krishna for the death of all my friends. He came just like a big ocean. But whatever may be the speed of the ocean, when it comes to the banks, it will just get neutralized. And he came to Krishna and said, okay, you are my, you say that you are, I am your aunt's father, aunt's son, but you never shown any respect to your relatives. So now I am going to really kill you. Like that, he just spoke. That is the general nature of all people. But Krishna did not take much seriously, and simply with one hit by using his Kaumudaki on his chest, that fellow died. One shot. No more, not much discussion. And here also, like in Shishupala's case, from the body of the Dantavakra, the light came and entered into Krishna. So in this way, then afterwards, the Dantavakra's brother is there, Viturada. He also came with a big sword. He also finally, Krishna, before he came in front, he cut his head with his Sudarshan Chakra. So then afterwards, Krishna, in this way, Krishna killed the Shalva, then his Saubha aeroplane, Dantavakra, Viturada. He killed everybody and finally entered into Dwaraka with all great victory. So here in the Padma Purana Uttarakhanda, a great secret was revealed, because it is in Bhagavatam is all mentioned up to this. But where this Dantavakra was killed, what happened before that, this is all told in the Padma Purana, and the Acharyas brought that secret for the benefit of all the devotees, those who want to know what happened, where it has happened, what is finally, how the great happy ending came to Vrajavasis, and why the ending is why the happy ending is not clearly described in Bhagavatam, because the tragical end of Yadus was narrated, but why happy ending of Vrajavasis is not mentioned is a point of discussion. So actually, when the Dantavakra came, actually he did not come to Dwaraka, actually he reached to the place near Mathura. So Krishna came to know that Dantavakra was seriously trying to kill him, and he has reached to Mathura. He, in a swift manner, in a swiftest way, he just reached. He has reached that place, and immediately, because he was there at Mathura, and Krishna, there was a fight ensued between them for several days, and finally Krishna hit Dantavakra with his Kaumudaki club on his chest, and that fellow immediately died. And actually, after the killing of Shalva, the message of Dantavakra reaching the Mathura, information was reached by Nardaman. So he went there, and without entering into Dwaraka, Krishna went there, and after a few days of the war, finally he killed. And because he felt that anyway I came all the way to Mathura and there are no Yadavas or my people to stop me, and Vrindavan is very closer, only you have to just cross the Yamuna and enter into Braj. He felt that is the best time to enter because there is no objection, and he has happily killed the person also, and the killed that place called Datiha. Now also a village is there, Datiha, means the place where Dantavakra is killed. And for the memory of this great event, Krishna's great grandson Vajra has created a village to as a memory that here is the place where Krishna killed, and from that place he entered into Braj. So when Krishna killed happily that place, and now also we can see Datiha, and he thought, okay, nobody is objecting, I can really go. He just crossed the Yamuna and entered into Braj. And when he went to Braj, everybody was so happy. So because unexpected that there was no message that Krishna would come, and he is just uplined the Nanda Yashoda, all the friends, gopis, they were very happy, and they have embraced Krishna, and they have it's like a great boon, unexpected, and it's a pleasant unexpectation. And actually in the Vrindavan he would be like a king, but he has, after going to Vrindavan, so in the Dwaraka is in the kingly attire, but the moment he went to Vrindavan, again he became Gopaveshadhari. He became back to his original, and then he was happily spending time on the banks of Yamuna, in the Vrindavan, in the Gopa Vanita streets, and all the Rasabhavas with his friends, with parents, with the gopis, with the cows, and he spent, as per Padma Purana, he has spent 2 months time, and after that he arranged a divine plane. So by the mercy of Krishna, now he cannot eternally spend time, because it's only to show the world that is a happy ending, a very great happy ending. Then in the divine plane, he has transferred entire Brajavasis to the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. And by the mercy of Krishna, and in fact he sat down in that event. He took all of them, then the Brajavasis to the, and while he was doing there, all the demigods are glorified him, and after sending them back, Krishna again enter into the Dwaraka, and it is mentioned, of course this is mentioned in the Padma Purana, and our Acharyas, they mentioned further, our Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, he is mentioned in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. He has just given elaborate explanation on this particular event, that how all the Braja devotees, they went to spiritual world. Nanda Gopadaya Sarve Jana Putra Dharadi Sahita. He mentioned everybody with all Nanda Gopa, and there was wife, children, everybody, they went to the spiritual world. And in that way Krishna has given a beautiful, happy ending to the spiritual world. And so actually he went to the spiritual world in his Purnamsha. He went along with them. Sri Rupa Goswami mentioned that with all his devotees, he went his Purnamsha. Means not only he had just sent, he went along with his Purnamsha. And his partial amsha, again he came back and entered into Dwaraka. That is the message given by our Sri Rupa Goswami in Laghu Bhagavatamrita. So the thing which is, then he, with his different amsha, he again got onto Ratha, and he entered into the Dwaraka, and the all the people, friends, the parents, they felt at Dwaraka that, oh, Krishna killed Dantavakra, and he met his parents, Vraja, and came back. They felt like that. But Krishna did so many wonderful things in the Dwaraka itself. In fact, the Purnamsha already, Swayam Bhagavan already gone there, as per our Acharyas. So, in this way, whatever is not told in Srimad Bhagavatam has been clearly given in Padma Purana Uttarakhanda and followed by our Acharya. And Acharyas has given because all these events took place in not only this one, the many events took a little unchronological. They have given a chronological order how it has happened. First of all, Krishna and Brajavasis, they all met at Kurukshetra on complete solar eclipse. Then afterwards happened Rajasuya Yajna. Then afterwards happened then the Maya Juda, of where the Pandavas are defeated, and Draupadi Chiraharan. Then comes the Pandava Vanavas. Then comes Shalva Dantavakravadha and Krishna Vrindavan, and completion of the Vrajalila. In this way, the whole thing happened. The sequence is given by Sanatana Goswami in the Vaishnava Toshni. So this way we are coming to the end of a beautiful, happy ending of delivered all of them. Personally went, he himself also went, only the partial amsha, because after the story is only simple annihilation of Pandavanavas, actually as per the story of that. So in that way this comes to end, is a happy ending that all Brajavasis, because they are the part and parcel of Krishna and they are the pure devotees, liberated souls. But whereas when we see the Dwaraka people, all Yadavas, they are all different forms of demigods. That's why we see that their end took place in a different way in the Prabhasa Kshetra. So they left the body and they went to their heavenly land. Whereas in Vraja, they all went from Vraja to Goloka and Krishna himself. In this way, this message gives very, very happy mood to all devotees who are connected to him. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So this comes to end today's stories. So with this we have completed almost 87 stories. Srimad Bhagavatam Grantaraj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Vrajadham Vrindavan Dham ki, Gaur Premanand.